Yo, I'm going Rambo, fam, dough is moving pretty damn slow. The blam blam turn the Trans Am into a Lambo.
Live. How you been, buddy?
Doing, lad?
Oh, mate, absolutely crazy start to the year. That's why it's taken us so long. I think you and I have been unable to catch up. It's, what are we in now, March?
We had to find time at 3 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yes, yeah,
Straight from the club.
Straight. You got church tomorrow morning, though?
Yeah.
Are you going to...
We'll see how we go, I guess.
Yeah, see how you go. Although, is there a Sunday afternoon session you can go to?
Yeah, there's the 5 p.m.er.
5 p.m. That's great.
You get a young crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
A lot of brothers in for us by us tracksuit pants, you know.
Is Fubu still around?
No, I don't know what the brand is these days. What are they wearing these days? Yeah.
I think Kappa made a comeback for a while.
I think it's still a bit of the old three stripes of your album, mate.
Yeah, of
There's
course.
still a bit of that.
Course.
Yeah.
No, Adidas never dies. It's Ramadan as well. I think day 3. So I think I'm going to power through and stay awake until the pre-dawn meal. There's no point in me going to bed. We'll just power through.
Power on.
Yeah, power on.
Maybe I'll power on to that early mass.
Yeah. Maybe take it.
We could both do it.
Have a couple
both take it over the line.
Yeah, let's do that.
Religious devotion, baby.
Yeah, luckily
back in a big way on Saturday night at 3 a.m. We're bringing it back.
Just before this, James, I did do a really interesting podcast on my personal podcast channel, which is meant to be about cars, but I did a really interesting podcast with a bloke who was a Catholic and then some other denomination of Christianity and then an atheist, and then he became a Muslim and has been a Muslim for the past, 15 years or so. So I'll link that below in the comments if you don't mind. And,
please, go ahead.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
I look forward to watching it.
It was a really good one.
Sounds mad.
Got a new setup? What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
The sofa had seen better days, had to go. I don't know. We don't want to give off too much of this kind of corporate vibe, but I like it. I like
one of Saad's handles online is OCD, and it's because he is a very OCD. Like from episode 1, he's been like making solid improvements from episode to episode. I think you can see it for the diehard. Do we have any fans who go all the way back? We got a few now.
Yeah, we do.
We know a few.
Yeah, we have a few who actually commented to us how the set design and everything and the production quality is getting
the
so much
OG
better.
fans know.
Yeah.
That you can see quantum leaps in
yeah.
set quality.
I mean, we've gone from 1 to 3 cameras.
Yeah.
We've gone from fake Chinese mics to like proper Australian ones.
Yeah.
We've gone to, multiple tripods. We've gone from single lights to multiple lights.
Look at us now, bitch.
Yeah, look at us. Start from the bottom. Now we're here. World has been an interesting place this year. I think we're on the verge of World War III.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon we've been having World War III for a long time.
Yes, I have read that theory as well.
I mean,
that we are in World War III.
We are basically in a smokeless war.
Yeah.
As it stands.
Yes.
But just Ukraine was a big proxy conflict, just like in the old days when the Soviets and
You're right. It was.
It's the same old thing, isn't it? Like
yes. I was talking to someone who works. How can I say? I've got to work out. I'll be careful what I say here. They work in cybersecurity, let's just say.
For Mossad, yeah.
Yeah, they work in cybersecurity. And they were telling me about wars happening right now that are basically all just cyber wars.
Yeah.
They mentioned India and Pakistan, the recent skirmish that they had, and how largely that was just all cyber driven. India attacking Pakistan's infrastructure and vice versa, disabling traffic grid systems and navigation systems and things like that, just to cause all sort of all manner of mayhem and chaos. Which really, and I did speak to someone. I may have mentioned this before, but I did speak to someone before who was who worked in a similar space, and they mentioned that they knew.
Are you a spook, Saad? How do you have all these crazy spooky connections, lad?
Oh, because
what's going on?
I mean, what I do for a living, I deal with a lot of people. I speak to a lot of people, and I'm quite charismatic.
You ever been to Little St. James Island?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I hope to one day.
Just checking.
No, wait, Little St. James Island.
Yeah, that was Jeff's.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I thought you were talking about another island that's a training facility.
Making sure.
No. I thought you were talking about there's another island off the coast of Australia which is a training facility. Haven't been there. Where was I? Yeah, so they told me that they knew of the that Russia was about to attack Ukraine due to the massive number of cyber attacks going from Russia to Ukraine, which makes sense in this day and age. Before you attack a country physically, you want to take out their infrastructure electronically, right?
Tell you what I like about the cyber war.
No one dies.
Well, yeah, there's that. But it really advantages the former Soviet bloc. Like if you look up ATM fraud, right?
Yeah.
99% of ATM fraud in Australia that's ever been committed has been done by a Romanian national. For some reason, it's always Romanian nationals.
Okay.
Do you know why?
No.
Because that was the center of computer programming. Like they had all their computer programming unis in Romania in the Soviet Union.
Wait. Who's they? Who had their computer programming unis in?
USSR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So you have all these blokes kicking around who are broke as fuck, but can program the shit out of an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Just making huge money traveling the world.
Nice.
And yeah. So it's interesting because like Russia's kind of second tier, isn't it really? Like it's not mentioned in the same, I mean,
You're
everything's,
rocking the flip flame, James.
yeah, brother.
I love it. I love it.
Don't be a fool. Don't give Home Affairs your whereabouts 24/7.
Yeah.
Guys, not worth it.
Wait. How can they not track you on a flip phone if it's still they can still triangulate your position, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely. But if you go from a 4G connection to a 5G connection, like right now with 5G, they could probably pin you to that chair like
Yeah.
on your phone. If
Yeah.
you've got Telstra.
Yeah.
But if you have 4G and then you have a bunch of other features turned off, then the space that they can.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
But
yeah.
you're right. No, take the SIM card out. That's the only way. Take the SIM card out. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll be giving it, a bit of paranoia. Doesn't go straight.
no,
Yeah.
I think
Speaking about this new Cold War that we're in.
yeah, actually, did you see
It's not actually Home Affairs I'm evading, it's China. I listen very carefully to
Yeah.
what the Director of National Intelligence says, Mike Burgess, friend of the show.
Yep.
Mike, with his Israeli
Mike, how you going, buddy?
with his Israeli missus, hot on the tail of chicken shop bombers everywhere. He's done some amazing work, I got to tell you.
Yep.
But no, it's not Mike. Not the AFP I'm avoiding. It's I listen to Mike's warnings.
Yep.
And I just don't want the Chinese or the Iranians to get a handle on me. Those Iranians,
No, there's Iranians.
they can pull off. They can.
I
Pull
mean,
off
they're fantastic at capturing tobacco. James, I got to say, I watched this video of yours and I shared it. Guys, if you haven't watched it, please. What's your Instagram handle?
Jimmy _ADHD'n'M.
Yeah, you got to guys give James a follow. He did a video on this. What was the bloke's name?
Kaz Hamid. Yeah.
Kassan. Yeah, he was apparently the mastermind behind illegal tobacco in Australia. I mean, an absolutely key figure.
Shout out to
world.
Kaz
Yeah.
if he's listening in his jail cell in Iraq.
Yeah.
Much love, brother. Stay the course.
So he
We appreciate you taking $30 a pack off the cost of these. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Working class hero.
exactly
Robin Hood.
Exactly. Honestly, I mean, look, I get it. What's the idea behind taxing cigarettes so heavily?
Well, the idea was that people would stop smoking, but of course, all like the university educated professionals stopped, but 15% of punters kept smoking. And guess who they were?
The lowest.
Well, just like your brickies, your nurses who are buying a 2-pack of holidays
Yeah.
at the end of a shift. The people who voted for the Labor Party back in the day,
Yeah.
and who had the Labor Party do the dirty on them by going, "Oh, we're a bunch of geniuses. We'll just whack up the tax by $50 a pack." Gee, nothing's going to happen there, is it?
No, it's
They're having to downgrade the federal budget now because it's blown such a hole in it. They were so used to the tobacco tax.
that does happen a lot, doesn't it? A lot of these reforms that come into place, they tend to hit the bottom 15-20% on the socioeconomic ladder the hardest, because that's always, it's the law of unintended consequences in economics, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It's usually about 20% of
Yeah.
a group that it hits, isn't it? 15, 20?
Yeah. But back to this Kaz Hamid.
Kaz Hamid.
Kaz Hamid, Hamid.
Yeah.
Hamid, yeah. He's allegedly in a jail cell in Iraq, according to the photos.
According to the AFP commissioner.
AFP, yeah, commissioner. Yeah, what's her name?
Chrissy or Kirsty?
Yeah, Kirsty.
Yeah.
Shout out
Special
to
K
Kirsty.
is what I call it. If you
Special
know her
K.
as well as I do, it's Special K.
Special K.
Yeah.
He's 9 foot tall, absolute giant, a giant
Yeah.
amongst men.
Yeah,
according
that's right.
to the official.
The AFP basically rounded up this guy who is reputedly a gangland figure. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but they said he was locked up by Iraqi authorities. But the only problem was when they released the mugshot, he had 7 fingers on one hand, and the height scale was showing him as 9 feet tall. But the AFP still put it out. It went through how many checks it must have gone through before it got the commissioner's name on it and sent out to all media outlets. And then a couple of days later, they had to take it down.
I remember, I think maybe on our first episode, James, or second episode, you mentioned how there is a maximum IQ requirement for police in the NYPD or something.
Yeah.
It looks like that might be the case with AFP.
I think so. I think so. I reckon 100 max.
Yeah.
Because if you got 100, if you got a hungie on you and you walk into the police recruitment office, they're going to be sus as fuck already at 100.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's weird because, I mean, I've met a few people who are or have aspired to be police, and I was like, no, you're way too smart to be doing that. And it just it upsets me. Like, you could be doing so much more with your life.
They're just crooked. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the point. Like, cops have always been crooked. You look through Australian history, right?
Look at all history of the police. You know, you give any group power over civilians, they are going to be crooked.
Look at the way they lashed out at those blokes praying.
Yeah.
Do you remember the other day?
Oh, yeah. So
that was hectic, eh?
Yeah, the
because
protest.
they got permission from one cop to pray.
Yep.
They said, we're just going to pray.
Yeah.
And
the guys who don't know, when it's time to pray Maghrib is the prayer offered at sunset. There's about a 15-minute window generally that you're meant to offer that within, right? And if you go to any gathering where there are Muslims at that time, you will see many of them praying. I've been to weddings where it's time Maghrib and a lot of people will leave and offer their prayers. I've been in a park before a barbecue and there might be a group of Muslims there and they start to pray. And there's another group of Muslims there and they see the first group and they all run over and then join them together. You don't know each other, you don't know who you are, but you pray together, and that's how it is. So obviously it was Maghrib time. It was time to offer those prayers. They got permission. They weren't blocking any traffic. The online arguments from all the Pauline Hanson supporters is like, oh, you know, they were blocking the streets. They were blocking. No, they weren't. There was nothing going on there.
But it was just part of that. What was the protest about? It was about Herzog.
Yeah, basically you're letting a war criminal into the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just part of a bigger picture of them. Just like there was one I saw of a guy who must have been, 55 kilos soaking wet with tight boyfriend jeans on.
Yep.
Lying down on the light rail tracks, pinned down by 4 or 5 cops. And then another cop will just come into frame and just start punching the shit out of his kidneys.
Yes, that's right.
And
got kidney punched.
You're like, what the fuck are you doing, champ?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
I mean, as if...
And then just another one I saw was of some blameless bloke who must have been in his 40s, looked like he was the IT manager at your office. And they just started hoeing into him as well. Like, who are these psychos? And why does... Tell you what do you reckon the price of Chris Minns is? The Premier of New South Wales. He has been bought and sold, has he not? I mean, he is so up the arse of the coppers and the blue and white state. Yeah. I mean, it's just crazy.
I saw a post the other day from...
Do you reckon they keep receipts for the purchase of Chris Minns?
Oh, they must have receipts.
They must have receipts.
They must have
Minzy.
something on him. Yeah. They must have something on him. That's how they're controlling.
Because Chris Minns was taking the China cash as well. A couple of years ago, there was this dodgy body called Top Education, which was a Chinese front.
Top Education?
Yeah, Top Education. Nice. They run a whole bunch of, like, it's just the Chinese Communist Party. They run internet cafes in Canberra and stuff like that. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But they were donating money to the Labor Party in New South Wales with a big plastic bag, an oldie bag that had $100,000 in it.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute. I remember this.
Yeah. And Minns wasn't in charge of Labor then, but he had been in charge of Labor like a couple of years before.
Yeah.
And when the money had been started flowing in from these guys. So, I mean, he's up to his neck in whoever puts 20 cents into his coin slot, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I saw a post the other day from a bloke whose son has cancer, went to the hospital for like round 2 of his chemotherapy, and he got sent home because there weren't enough beds in the hospital in New South Wales. Yeah. For a kid.
Yeah.
Who's got cancer and is there for chemotherapy.
Yeah.
Now.
Shocking.
Yeah, and his point was, Chris Minns, how about you stop, paying, supporting Zionists and giving them money and so on, and fix up the hospitals. Like in Australia, the lucky country, as we all known. The fact that a kid, I think an 8-9-year-old kid, is being turned away from hospital for a lack of beds is just an absolute disgrace.
What he should have said is, under the microscope, they're wearing keffiyeh, the cancer cells. He could have probably kicked New South Wales Health into gear, right? They look like the Palestinian flag on the microscope.
Yeah.
He would have.
Yeah.
They would have been all over it. They would have opened a new ward for him.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to kill these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been a shocking year, to be honest. Like, it's just never ending. Do you think the world has always been this way, James, or do you think just now because it's just so much more visible?
Have you been into these Epstein files?
Mate, I have some of them. I don't have the time or the energy to go through all of them like properly and get sucked in the rabbit hole because I feel I don't need to add any more negative energy to my life.
Yeah,
it's just too much. I see enough secondhand. I watch.
Don't you want to be clued into how the world really works though? Because you're not going to hear it from the media.
No, of course
you got to
not.
get it yourself, right?
I already do have a good idea of how the world already works.
Yeah.
But like,
were you already of the view that a cabal of satanic pedophiles around the world? Was
yes.
that your?
Yeah.
So there's no surprises in there. For
no
you,
surprises.
basically.
Look.
That's the funny thing, eh? Like, I mean, it was such a. Remember that first round of emails? Speaking of hackers, the first round of emails, John Podesta, Hillary Clinton's campaign manager.
Yep.
Those emails got hacked, and there were thousands of references to pizza in those.
Yeah, that's where the whole Pizzagate conspiracy started from.
That's right.
That was what 2018,
2016, I think.
Okay,
it came out that year during the election.
Yeah, that was.
And the
that
hacker
was a
who did it was Guccifer.
Guccifer.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Guccifer, however you say his handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
you know who he was in real life?
He was Russian. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Legend
good.
of the
Good
game.
on him.
Yeah. But yeah, in those emails, there were all these references to like pizza and having hot dogs flown in. We're going to spend 50 grand on flying in some hot dogs. Like, you're in the capital city of America. You don't need to fly in hot dogs, do you?
Exactly.
And people were really sus on it. But it was just one of those things where if you believed it, you're crazy, hey?
Yeah, man. Honestly, this was a 4chan conspiracy. It started off on 4chan, I think. The chat board, the forum. QAnon as well.
Mm-hmm. So all those guys, have basically been verified. Like, conspiracy to documented fact has taken max 10 years.
Yeah.
Since the Podestagate thing. But I mean, it's pretty incredible. What I find interesting about it though is the question of whether any of it's new. Because you just asked me, do you think there was always worked this way or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because I've read a lot into this over the years, and I've dipped my toe in and out of conspiracy because I just feel like you can't afford. Look, I used to be a lot into conspiracy stuff, and then I realized there's nothing that I can do to change. So I try and made a decision that I'll really only focus on things in my life that I can impact directly. You know, I can't make a difference here. I'm not a member of this elite cabal.
Yeah,
I never will be.
And like the idea that there's a media that's going to criticize it's just been blown out of the water by the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the Australian media has been such.
So literally, it shows you who controls the media.
Yeah, it has been
every conspiracy about that is true. Basically, everything that were the worst possible conspiracies, it's all been shown to be true. Like, I remember reading about adrenochrome or adenochrome. Is it adrenochrome?
Adrenochrome. Yeah.
From, years ago, and I was like, okay, this is kind of stupid, but okay. I didn't really believe that. But now you're like, holy shit. Because when you see some of the references to babies and things like that, you see some of the Podesta artwork, it's really, really, really messed up. And I think it's all true. It's like it's all true, every last bit of it. There are people out there. A friend of mine, he made a post about this, and he's he's right into it. One of the smartest guys I know. And he said that the sexual exploitation of children isn't done because these people are sexually attracted to children. Most of them aren't. It's basically a form of dark magic in a way, or demonic worship, which, if you are a believer of any major faith, you know that, there are essentially demons exist, Satan.
Well, I mean, I don't know
minions.
if it's in the Quran, but it's all through the Bible. It's like, don't sacrifice your children.
Yes.
Because people who worshipped other gods at that time did.
Yes.
So yeah, the Baal worshippers, right?
Baal is mentioned
Yeah.
in the Quran as well.
Yeah. There you
know?
go.
Yeah.
But it's about the consumption of something innocent or defiling something
Yes.
innocent, I think.
That's what it is. That it's about when you have a child is pure. Their soul is pure, and it's about defiling that which gives you power. So one,
It's kind of the same reason that what's the prayer rug that all the Muslims touch on the way past? What's the name of it?
the way past where?
In Mecca. You know how you go around the
Oh yeah, the Kaaba.
the Kaaba. Yeah.
The Kaaba's the black.
That's why I that's my conspiracy theory about why he was after the Kaaba.
Oh yeah, black magic.
Yeah,
it's dark magic.
Because you need to get a very holy
Yes.
relic.
Yeah.
And then you besmirch it in some way, and then that way you propitiate
Yeah.
Satan.
So the Quran mentions black magic briefly. Again, I'm not an expert on this, but I remember that according to Muslim law, the power of magic was taught to Atif. If you're watching this, please leave a comment below on this because I know you know this. You know, my friend, a fan of the show, Atif.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. Yeah, he's right into his Islamic history and analysis. But the power of magic was taught to certain people by God, and who were they? Anyway, but then
There's magicians all through the Bible.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. It was taught to
there's heaps
them,
of magicians. Yeah.
and then for some reason it was taken away, and all that knowledge was basically lost, save like a couple of pages.
yeah.
Now, there are people who still have some of that. And there's a book called the Shams al-Ma'arif, which essentially is a book of magic. And you're going to go on TikTok and watch videos about this, but they say, I haven't read it. I have no interest in reading it. They say if you read it, it's not something you should touch. You don't believe in it.
Have you seen this? There's this Nigerian guy on TikTok who his whole TikTok is him running up to old African uncles in Britain on buses and stuff, and then starting to recite what seems like spells to them, and they just flip the fuck out. Like,
yeah.
They don't want any jokes about it.
No,
Like
honestly, man. Honestly,
they
I
full
think
believe.
even if you're a staunch atheist, I think it's hard to deny that there are some forces there are forces out there that we don't understand and that are beyond our control.
Well, everyone who takes DMT, right?
Yeah.
Apparently has. I've never taken DMT.
Neither right. Or I really want to try.
Actually, you know what? I've taken it once, but not enough to get this effect. Apparently sees elves. They see like invisible, like
I've heard
otherwise
that.
imperceptible, imperceivable elves who are either, the drug creates some kind of delusion within the brain, and so these shapes are mapped there, or that's one of the realms that you can't see that's around you at all times.
I've heard that as well.
I think it's pretty clear that there's, many dimensions that we can't perceive.
Yeah.
And I think most spiritual people acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is all these people in the Epstein files who partook in such depravity all make fun of religious people, make fun of the concept of God and all.
Which is funny because a lot of them are Jewish, right?
Yeah.
But very atheist.
Yes.
Very atheistic Jews, it was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Which basically, gives credence to the theory that Judaism is basically Satan worship, or modern day Judaism is post Second Temple of Jerusalem Judaism is basically, is devil worship.
It's interesting. I think the
whether or not it's true or not, let's look at this purely from an academic kind of point of view. Whether or not it's true or not, that demons exist, the devil exists, or not, that's not the point. The point is it would appear that these people do believe that demons and Satan exists. Otherwise, why would they do things like kill babies and eat them?
Yeah. There is a I don't reckon it's mainstream. I don't know enough about mainstream Judaism, but I don't reckon it's mainstream Judaism. Remember a couple of episodes ago we talked about Sabaton, about the novel by Disraeli.
Yes, Benjamin Disraeli. Yep.
Yeah, and the novel is it's written by this former Jewish PM. For those who weren't listening, of England, the first Jewish guy ever to become Prime Minister of England, Benjamin Disraeli, and it's a novel about a secret sect of Jews that run the world, and he was sponsored by the Rothschild. They basically elected him as PM with their funds, and so everyone thinks it's the Rothschild. And the whole idea is that there are these Jews who go undercover, most of the Spanish Inquisition, which was to root out Jews, and was led by Jews. And it's just kind of, I mean, who knows how much comedy there is in that or whatever, but it seemed like most people at the time interpreted it as a bit of a wink to this stuff. And it's the origin of a lot of these conspiracies. But those Jews are not mainstream Jews. They're Sabbatine Frankists. I think there's a particular sect of Judaism. And I think Frank was his name. And his take on the world was he was the Jewish Messiah because the Jews had been holding out for a Messiah. And his revelation was that you should profane the laws of this world as much as you can and just basically get eviler and eviler and eviler and do more and more wicked things to show that this world is meaningless. And that is the way to live a spiritual life. It's like a radical individualism.
Okay.
Do what you want, but defile yourself progressively.
Yeah.
And so if I was to take a stab at what this was, I'd say it would probably be something along those lines. Because the Rothschilds are all through this email as well. One of them, Ariane de Rothschild, was sizing up Epstein, asking whether she should appoint Kevin Rudd to the board of her new charity or not.
Just tell me more about that. Tell me about the
Well,
Rudd
what I
connection.
just find funny about Rudd is that he's been saying for all this time that I never had a meeting with Epstein, never had a relationship with Epstein. And then you put his name into the files. And Epstein's like, certainly given the impression through his sent items folder that they had a relationship, right? It's like, come over. Kevin Rudd's here. Oh, let's change the lunch menu for tomorrow from vegetarian to non-vegetarian because Kevin Rudd's coming over. Oh, you can't speak to me then. I'm speaking with Kevin Rudd then.
Wow.
It's like, well, okay. Did Epstein because Rudd is a pretty insignificant figure in Epstein's world, right? He's got the CEOs of JP Morgan. He even says, I think, Rudd's not much use to us because he sent a news article about Rudd winning the prime ministership back. But I think his response is something like, he won't be around for long. Did Jeffrey Epstein set a lot of time bombs off just to fuck with Kevin Rudd from the grave? Or did Kevin Rudd lie? I mean, obviously Rudd's lying. That's the truth. Yeah. And no one in the media is looking at this except for Osman Faruqi. Shout out to Osman, lamestreammedia.com.au.
Lamestream Media.
Lamestreammedia.com.au.
Yeah.
He's got the good oil and he just put Rudd's name into the search files. But Rudd's think tank, what's more, received money from Epstein, a couple of big donations, and then employed 2 girls who were trafficked by Epstein because he wanted them to get them visas to get them into New York. So he said they were interning at this institute.
Whoa.
And so they've uncovered that one. But the media has just been running scared. I mean, Rudd's missus is loaded. Yeah. She's fully loaded. So they'd probably have really good lawyers. But I just don't buy it. I mean, every other country, look at Prince Andrew. He was arrested today, right?
He was arrested.
How crazy is that?
No, Prince Andrew was arrested, but he's been let go with no charge.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one is touching this.
It's a hard crime to charge, though, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the corruption, abuse of your public position. I think. But so usually you have to get something out of it.
Yeah.
So they'd have to prove that it was in consideration for a particular thing that he sent Epstein. But he was basically getting emails from his job as UK trade ambassador.
Yeah.
From the British government saying, "Oh, this is where we're looking to make money in Cambodia," and then he'd forward them straight to Epstein.
Yeah.
And Peter Mandelson, their ambassador there, was doing the same thing when he was the business secretary. He was forwarding them all their plans to do COVID bailouts and stuff. So he was just making money that way.
Crazy. What else of significance of?
Who do you reckon he was working for?
Who?
Epstein. Who do you think?
Mossad. Or the Russians. Oh, fuck.
That's the worst conspiracy theory ever.
That is so bad.
You can tell who's on the CIA payroll from who's saying that.
Yeah.
Who's just repeating that one.
And it's like people who are actually trying to say that, oh, no, he was a Russian spy. Come on.
Get your hand off it.
Come on.
Get your hand off it.
Yeah, it's...
How many times does he get like the then sitting Minister of Defense of Israel into his apartment? How do you do that if you're not connected? The best take on it all was Putin's. He gave a speech.
Did he?
Yeah, and he addressed a press conference.
Yeah,
and he said it's just the old vampires ball. The vampires are still at it.
Yeah,
but their time's coming to an end, which I thought was the best.
Yeah.
But the idea, because those tropes about people in power being depraved sex criminals. Like they've been around for a while.
Yeah,
right?
they have.
Eyes Wide Shut, stuff
Yeah.
like that. You remember that?
Well,
movie?
they say, what's his name? Stanley Kubrick died before Eyes Wide Shut was released. And they say the original movie, the original cut was very different. It went more into the cabal and Satan worship and stuff. So the version of the film that was released was not Stanley Kubrick's original vision. He was basically blowing the lid on
Maybe
what
they're
was
off
going
Kubrick.
on. Yeah, 100%. You know, maybe possibly.
Yeah.
Princess Diana as well, probably. She probably knew stuff as well. They're off her. What do you reckon?
Don't know. It's
Yeah.
interesting though. It's interesting. What do you think about the code word, Sard?
Oh yeah, grape soda.
Grape soda and cheese pizza.
Yeah, and cheese pizza.
Do you think they're definitely... One of the emails I saw was from Epstein's urologist.
Yeah,
And he's just prescribed him some Viagra.
yeah.
And he says, after you take it, wash your hands and eat some cheese pizza with grape soda.
It's shocking.
That's literally the email. He's just prescribed him
Yeah,
or called in a prescription for him or something.
yeah.
So, I mean, how else can you take that? Or maybe he just was a cheese pizza and grape soda enthusiast. What do you reckon? What are the odds of that?
Okay, say you love pizza. You and I have we like food. I've never once texted you about pizza or kebabs
never.
or
Yeah.
anything. It's more like, yo, let's grab some food.
No, to be honest, you've texted me about New Star kebab quite a lot.
Yeah, okay, fine. But
Yeah,
that's
but
that
maybe
was,
15 times.
yeah.
What I would still consider to be an unhealthy amount of time.
but that was also when you were living in Sydney and
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
coming
yeah.
to visit
No,
you.
no, but-
and I said, let's go to New Star.
Yeah, but I would say you are at the upper end for unusual fixation on a
Yeah.
particular, like your fixation with, that was highly unusual.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's 15 times in 10, 15 years?
Yeah, and that's actually the name of a specific restaurant.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it wasn't, yeah. I mean, grape soda, I don't know, we're in Australia, so we don't call it soda, but is in the comments below, guys, tell
And
me. if
right
America,
there in
is
the
grape
name-
soda something common?
Right there in the name for grape is,
Yes, of course.
yeah.
But
Had you gotten onto that? Yeah.
But yes, yeah. No shit, James. But like, I don't want to believe that there are people out there who would seemingly joke about grape soda and pizza.
Well, the thing is,
as
I mean,
code words.
you don't-
It doesn't make sense to me that how anyone could be that way. And why would, even if it was code words, why would you email about it in any way?
Because you don't think there's any chance that you and your mates will ever get caught.
Yeah, so if
Because you're part
that
e.
of the
means
global
you're
elite.
that, yeah, you're the cabal. You know that the cabal is that powerful that you do this and you get away with it. And let's be
And
serious.
let's be honest, most of them did, right? Because
But, how
what
many-
percentage of the files have gone unredacted? Like a tiny.
Oh,
amount.
another interesting thing that I saw today about the files, a whole bunch of files that were just around 9/11.
Yeah.
Just before 9/11
Yeah,
happened.
that's right. They were
A
ruled out
whole
of bounds.
chunk
Yeah.
gone. Just,
Everything before 2001 actually was ruled out of bounds.
yeah. And
But
so-
the FBI was first tipped off to them in 1995. So they
Yeah.
would have had at least some files going back that far.
yeah.
What was I going to say? What I found interesting as well, though, was they had a police report there from Trump. So Trump dobbed in Epstein.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually been proven now. I mean, it's funny to see because the left wing media here in Australia, like the SMH and the ABC, have been all over Trump and the Epstein files. The idea that every time Epstein would mention in his emails, I think he did sometimes mischievously do this. He would say, "I'm having Thanksgiving with Donald Trump," or "I'm having,"
Yeah.
And I think it was obviously a joke.
Yeah.
Because they did not get on well. But the ABC wouldn't even report that. Like, there's a new mysterious reference to Donald Trump. But they're going to have to let go of the idea, I think, because this is a police report that said when he was first investigated by Palm Beach police,
Yeah.
Trump called him up and said, "Yeah, you guys have got to move on this sicko. He's been getting out of hand." Everyone
Well,
knows it."
I don't know that. So
Yeah,
Trump
that's
actually
it. That's
dubbed in him.
I read the police report. Yep.
Yeah.
And even Julie K. Brown from the Miami Herald, who first broke the story,
Yeah.
wrote a story about this. You haven't read it anywhere in the ABC or the left-wing media over here, but it's funny because that's what Epstein thought himself. In one of his emails to Ghislaine, he said, "Trump is the dog that didn't bark," which usually means a clue in the detective story, which is to say, I think Trump is the reason I got arrested. That's how I read it at the time. And
So tell me about, a lot of people are mentioning that Trump was mentioned a lot in the Epstein files and therefore makes him guilty. But in what context was Trump mentioned? Look, Trump doesn't strike me as a pedo. He just
the
doesn't.
thing is, you can put in a name in there, like especially a name of someone who's been in the news.
Yeah.
And half of his emails are news summaries. Like he subscribes to
Yeah,
a
okay.
service that will give
Yeah,
him,
yeah, one of
you
those,
know,
yeah,
yeah.
one of those
So
feeds,
like you
yeah.
can put in like any prime minister you like, and they'll be mentioned because he gets news updates.
Yeah.
So Trump is going to be in there because he was president during that time. How many times do people email each other about Donald Trump winning the 2016 election?
Yeah, true.
Just his name is in there, right?
Yeah.
And
it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
The name being in there doesn't mean anything.
I got the strong sense after I saw Trump on Howard Stern ages ago. He went on there when he was quite young and just gave this freewheeling interview about his sex life, and just said the most stupid shit, like how he found his daughter. He thought his daughter was hot. Like he was clearly just off the top of the head.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But they asked him about young chicks, and he was like, "Nah, 24 absolute max. Even then, 20. You got to be like 25, 26, 27." And this is when he was in his 40s. I don't reckon he's
Nah.
I don't reckon he's gone in for that stuff.
Yeah,
people wish it was so, but I reckon
a lot of people I know are basically using this as a smoking gun for Trump, saying that yep, he's a pedo, he's guilty, and they're using things like he ran Miss World and stuff as a thing. Okay, yeah, cool. He might be into some kinky shit, but is he a pedo?
Yeah. It didn't get the sense. Yeah.
No, I never got that from him either.
Yeah.
But what I do find interesting,
After all, he went after Stormy Daniel, who was definitely in the MILF category of porn, I would say. Yeah. Strongly in the MILF.
Yep.
Even back then. Shout out to Stormy.
But it does seem that Trump did try and shut down the release of the Epstein files.
Well, he did. I mean,
Because he knew it was in them.
Well, no, I think what happens here is like on the outside of government, you're like, no worries, let's release them. But then on the inside, you've got the CIA pulling the strings. You know, and they'll just kill a president, right? I mean, if they need to, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So if the CIA
done it
says,
before, yeah.
no, I mean, Epstein was obviously working both sides of the fence. Like you don't get to where he got just by being a foreign spy.
Yeah, but
he was playing both
surely
sides.
The CIA would have known that he was a Mossad guy.
That's what I'm saying. He was playing both sides of the fence.
So yeah,
he was also working for MI6. So he was a triple agent.
Yeah.
But
MI6 and CIA are in bed together, so that's fine. It's the CIA apparently are not fans of Mossad.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, America is just repeatedly owned by Mossad agents. Like Bill Clinton, they were tapping his phone in the 90s. That's how Monica came out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how Monica came out. There are some who even believe Monica was a Mossad asset herself.
Was she Jewish? Lewinsky. Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
but they certainly were tapping his phone.
Yeah.
And when did that happen? Right around the time of, remember the old two-state solution?
That's right. Yasser Arafat.
And Yitzhak Rabin, remember around that time?
Yeah,
he was moving towards peace.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, hey, the blue dress. So, but I mean, they have obviously got this stuff on everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, all the politicians here, I remember when we were at uni, Sada and I were at uni, all the people who were going to be politicians, the little weirdos who signed up to be Labor and Liberal young hacks, they all got taken to Israel and wined and dined. And who knows what they've got
on the people
out of your camera phone on the way in and out of that country.
Yeah.
And, when they'll make a phone call to you about that or how it works. But it seems obvious to me. So the CIA was obviously up to its neck in intelligence cooperation with Mossad, which is
were they intelligence cooperation?
Well, I think Epstein was he was working for both. So, I mean, but it just goes to show you lose out. Like America keeps losing out. Like there was an Israeli super spy that was arrested in 1995, Jonathan Pollard, who was the last guy to get done for spying for Israel. I think Bill Clinton pardoned him on his last day, actually.
Okay.
But this guy was a nasty piece of work, right?
Yeah.
Like Mossad agents are nasty blokes.
They are, yeah.
Do nasty things, right?
Yeah. I think
no panache. There's no Savile Row suit and Baccarat going on. There's just zero panache, just driving for home plate.
No, but I think Mossad agents are basically just no morals, no ethics. They don't care. I think CIA guys still, to some degree, there will be some level of no, we can't do this. Okay, there's like the people who, what's her name? What was the name of the woman who basically allowed Guantanamo Bay torture to occur? She was this lawyer. The lawyer who basically said,
can't remember.
Yeah, but it was this woman, and she looks like how you'd expect a woman like that who allowed waterboarding to occur. Nasty piece of work. Nasty piece of work.
But back to Pollard, sorry. So he was the last Israeli spy caught in America. and they released him at the end of Clinton pardoned him. But yeah, the other day that that Jonathan Pollard, who spied against America and was caught up to his neck in all manner of schemes, was welcomed as a guest at the American embassy in Israel by Mike Huckabee, Trump's ambassador.
Okay.
Who is just the biggest Israel advocate. Tucker's just interviewed him. He's just flown over there.
Oh, yeah. I've seen clips of that. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I just know it'll make me angry.
Yeah.
But Tucker, things where I have seen Tucker just...
Tucker slams him, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Huckabee's a preacher.
Yeah.
But Tucker knows his Bible so well. He just goes him toe for toe. Like, where does it say that? Why do we have to do this? And he just comes back at him. He's just caning him. Tucker's the man.
Yeah,
Tucker
is the man.
rules.
Yeah, honestly.
He got detained in Israel.
He did, yeah. He talked about it as well.
Yeah.
Did he actually enter Israel proper, or went to the airport? He didn't actually enter.
He was so paranoid about, as he said, Israel is the most violent state in the world.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he be worried about? And then what he did was he arranged to meet Huckabee at the diplomatic section of the airport.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So they just did it in a room at the airport.
Yeah.
And then he was on a private jet and they just basically did the interview and left. But on the way out, his producers got detained and they asked them, this is according to Tucker, like, what did you talk to Huckabee about? What are your politics like? You know, and he's like, those aren't immigration questions. That's got nothing to do with immigration, you know? And we're just leaving anyway. Like, you're holding up the jet.
Yeah.
So they're so thin-skinned, hey, Israel. Like, they don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to get out of being addicted to Tucker Carlson? One of the most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think that if Tucker Carlson's plane had a mysterious crash leaving Israel, questions are going to be asked.
Yeah.
But then again, I think Israel and Mossad have shown they just don't give a shit. They don't care. They at this point, they've realized they can get away with everything.
I think, it's kind of funny. I mean, it probably goes beyond Mossad, right? Like, I think it just reflects the power structure.
Yeah.
Because Tucker's story about how he came to being a critic of Israel is interesting. He said he never really gave a shit, right? But one day he was asking about why Israel gets such a good deal in terms of aid in front of James Carville, who is Bill Clinton's, like the guy who won Bill Clinton all those elections. His name's the Raging Cajun. He's got a bald head. He's a funny guy. But apparently Carville turns to him and says, do you want your kids to go to college? And shut up.
Oh, wow.
And he said he kind of forgot about the issue.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years ago, he started going, well, all this stuff is really crook. Like,
Yeah.
Are we America first or are we Israel first?
Yep.
And when you're welcoming a spy from Israel as a guest at your embassy, someone who spied against you,
Yeah.
you'd just have to say it's Israel first, wouldn't
Yeah,
you? Like on the analysis, it seems that Israel's running the show.
Yeah. Why do you think Candace Owens is still alive?
That's a good question.
I think Andrew Tate or one of those characters said something along the lines of, the reason that Candace Owens is still alive in the latter talk is A, because she's black, and B, because she's a woman. So they're like, yeah, cool, let her talk. And when she says stuff that's crazy, they can always pull the whole, yeah, she's a black crazy woman, this and that, against her. But if it was like, a serious, like someone like Tucker,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you're more likely to be wiped out.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
the reason that you and I are still alive is because this is purely a comedy podcast for entertainment purposes, of course.
that's right. Yeah. But I mean, it just shows you, like, Candace goes so hard, doesn't she? She
does,
She goes so hard.
Yeah,
in the paint.
she goes biblical, literally.
Yeah. She gets into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I wish I understood the Quran more, because I've seen lectures and stuff on this. The Quran goes hard on Jews as well.
Yeah.
But not like mainstream Jews, but like the Jews who strayed and basically became devil worshippers.
Yeah.
It literally talks about them the same way.
The golden calf.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
The golden calf story.
Exactly.
That is a ripping story in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Well, my Old Testament literacy is not the best, but I'll give it a whirl. Basically, just as Moses is leading them out of Egypt, right? Because they've been enslaved in Egypt for generations.
Yeah.
Moses is sent there by God to lead them out.
Yeah.
And he's walking them through the desert, and the Pharaoh basically comes after them.
Yeah.
And Moses does the whole these ones with the Red Sea and then drowns their Pharaoh's advance party, which is like the most sophisticated military in the region by a long way. And then a short time later, God has to rebuke some of the Israelites because they started worshipping another god, this golden calf.
Yeah, because they questioned, the whole point was that historically the Jews had done this. They would like worship God for 5 minutes and then find something else to worship. And And that was it. And God was like, what are you doing? You know? Yeah. What are you doing?
I mean, it's a funny one because that relationship in the Bible is that they're chosen, but they do seem to get on God's nerves quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that one I just stuck out at me because it's like, well, he's just drowned all of your enemies.
Yeah.
You can't switch teams now.
No,
Like, he's literally
exactly.
just part of the seas to drown your enemies, lads.
Yeah.
Get staunch. But they go back to the golden calf.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what happens? And Moses goes.
See,
comes back.
would this be exempt under the hate laws because we're talking about a holy text?
Yeah, that's right. In the time that we've been
Did they actually pass those laws? I don't think they did. They
No,
they did. Didn't they?
did. It was the original set that was only given for public review for 48 hours or so.
Yeah.
They didn't. Then there was a slightly revised set that was.
Yeah.
That's going to be fought in court.
Yeah,
Spoken to a few lawyer
Well,
mates.
we've got a defense there because we were referencing.
We're referencing
a couple of holy texts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so we've got the
can't-
holy text
yeah.
exemption. But where people get into trouble, like what you said about Candace was interesting. There's a lot of people now who question like the Jewish lobby and its influence.
Yes.
Right? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's coming pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's like the number one issue of concern for young people. So I got to say, I saw this week Angus Taylor took over the leadership of the Liberal Party. Did you see that?
No.
He beat Susan Lee, who was just an idiot, a
Yeah.
non-entity. But one of his first policies was restricting immigration, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
But he wanted to restrict it from certain areas, and they included the Palestinian territories. I just thought, you guys are fucked, eh? Like,
Yeah.
you don't get it. Like, so many people are amped up about this issue. Why would you restrict Palestine, right? I mean, it's even if it is, as some people say, a subtle way to have a go at Muslims. There's so many Christians in the West Bank and stuff like that.
Exactly.
All of them under siege from the IDF.
Exactly.
Who's, shooting at them, putting rockets through their churches. Why would you just, it was disappointing to see.
What I find ironic is the IDF on Facebook the other day put out a happy Ramadan message. We wish you a peaceful and happy Ramadan. Are they taking the piss?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they would do that. That's just so many levels of fucked up.
It was probably encrypted with the Trojan.
Yeah. Have you seen the screenshots? I forgot what Israeli software company, but some new exploit, zero-click exploit, Android phones, gives you access to everything. Did you see that? What was the name of the Israeli company?
It is, what's it? NSO International, I think it is. Is the one that made Pegasus? Is that the
I
same
think
one?
it's them. But anyway, there was a basically a
NSO
photograph
International.
of a meeting, and it showed in the background like a slide of various functionality. And of course, this is a software company that's started by lots of former Mossad agents and things like that. What's the name of the Mossad hacking regiment?
Not sure.
Team something. They have a name similar to like a Counter-Strike team. Like it's anyway. But so this exploit, the way it works is on WhatsApp or whatever, you're sent a PDF.
Yeah.
Now when you're sent that PDF, your the phone basically automatically passes that text. You don't even have to open it. When the PDF is set, it knows the PDF and PDF, and it kind of passes. It reads that text, which has code embedded in there, which has code in the text. That code runs without your knowledge.
So you don't even need to load the PDF.
No,
you just get sent it.
Yeah, it works on Android phones, not iPhones. So.
Interesting. Yeah. It's crazy. Isn't
That's
it?
crazy. And then
zero-click.
When they give you that, it gives you access to your entire
Samsung
WhatsApp
has
message.
a feature now, I think, which can defeat that. They have a special quarantined inbox
for
zero-click exploits. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
If anyone uses it, or maybe that's only on its very advanced phones.
Yeah.
But it will quarantine SMSs and require you to proactively approve the number.
The fact that a PDF file, all I've got to do, James, is send you a PDF file. You don't even have to open it. The fact that it gets downloaded by WhatsApp, the message is downloaded there, and it gets the data of that gets read before you open it.
It's basically impossible to keep ahead of it someone with that technology, right?
No,
they're going to get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, on scale.
Scary stuff. Iran,
baby. Yeah.
Do you know any Iranian people?
Don't know anything about Iran.
I know a little bit. I've been following it. I spoke to an Iranian friend the other day. Nice guy, but he's quite against the regime. Makes sense. A lot of people are against the Iranian regime, but a lot of it. But he's from Iran. He moved here maybe 20 years ago or whatever. And he says he talks to his family and talks about how bad it is back then. Talks about how bad it was for him growing up. Okay, I get it. The Iranian regime may not be the best, but when you see videos coming from Iran of people celebrating the regime and basically protesting against any sort of takeover and of the Shah coming back, you see all these protests and gatherings happening in America. There was a giant one in Perth the other day of Iranians. I saw one video saying, and she said, what people need to understand is that Iranians aren't originally Muslim. We're not Arab. We are Zoroastrian. We're not Muslim, this and that. I'm like, yeah, no shit, honey. No one was originally Muslim. They all freaking came Muslim via, by the spread of Islam. Arabs weren't originally Muslim either. Like it grew. So Iran actually was one of the first, one of the first kind of Islamic strongholds during the Islamic Empire. The first, back in the.
Were they ever conquered, the Iranians?
Not really. I think Islam spread there fairly organically. Again, we'll have to get someone who knows.
No, but I mean, but colonized. But they weren't colonized.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, I think what the Brits did was they got their rulers hooked on opium.
Yeah,
and they just said you can have all this.
Yeah,
if you just
Yeah. What the Brits did was
because the Brits exploited all the oil. Yeah,
exactly.
BP was out of there. Yeah. But I don't think they were ever conquered.
Yeah.
So it's one of those countries that's there's kind of an obsession with it because it's
Yeah, the Persian Empire was huge. And what happens is that, Islam spread to Iran. Iran eventually became the major, the central thing of Shia Islam.
Yeah.
Awesome. And now all these Iranians are trying to say, oh, we weren't Muslim, bring our culture back. Mate, that culture is thousands of years old. Doesn't just because you're Muslim, you can still have the culture, but just your religion, Zoroastrianism is largely, there's a few people who still practice it. Great. But
that's the one where they don't like to tell anyone the secrets. Hey,
They worship
is that the
fire
one?
or something. I think they worship fire or something.
But it's mostly, isn't that the one that's mostly secret?
Yeah, I think it's secret because there's so very few of them.
Okay, yeah.
Now the interesting thing is that these a lot of Iranians who are immigrants to America and they're like first, second generation immigrants that are born there. They are the ones who are fighting for, bring back the Shah of Iran, take over, down with the Islamic Republic of Iran, Islamic regime. And it's like, hang on, you guys have never been to Iran. You've never lived there. You're calling for war. You are calling for a regime change war in a country that you have no attachment to. You have this kind of misguided guidance about you, this misguided view of who you are and your ancestors that's been fed to you by your parents who left the country. It's like, all right, if you're that passionate, why don't you go back and fight for your rights? I just find it just so hypocritical that people, rich people who call themselves Persian, mind you, they love to call themselves, we are Persian, we speak Persian. I'm like, no, you speak Farsi, not Persian. Persian is like the English name for Farsi, right? It's the westernized name for Farsi, which is the language they speak. I find it hilarious. This bloke, sartorial shooter.
Probably you had to get a green card, and to get the green card, you had to swear that you hated that bastard, the Ayatollah.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's been so that's your personality now. I mean, as far as that goes, like a lot of them I think will be in that category now.
100%. They seem to have forgotten the history as well of what happened, how the Ayatollah came into power, what was going on before then. It's like, what you think the Islamic regime just appeared out of nowhere? It's like they completely forgot the role the CIA and MI6 played in Iran. They have no idea about that.
Yeah.
And they're calling for a regime change war. So what are you going to do? There's going to be war. What, you're going to move back to Iran? No, they're going to move back. They're going to stay in the US.
Yeah.
I
think one of the funniest things I recall about that coup was that the regional CIA station was in Iran.
Yes.
And so when they seized it, they're like, there's like a money printer in here.
Yes.
We can just do whatever we like, boys.
Yeah. And what happened was when the
mint some bills, Ayatollah.
When the overthrow was happening, the CIA guys stayed there. They'll be told to go. No, we have to stay here because they had to shred all the documents. Yeah. They had to shred everything.
But they had plates for fresh US dollars. They could just make whatever they wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah,
obviously that's what you need. If you're I think every CIA section station has the ability to mint money because they need to be able to mint US dollars to pay off their informants, right? Yeah,
maybe, I don't know. Got no idea.
Yeah, no, I think I've read that somewhere. But it was all the revolution was led by university students.
The Shah was a crazy dude, eh?
Yeah,
I saw him on 60 Minutes. There was a clip on YouTube of one of his last interviews with some guy from 60 Minutes, and the guy's just like pointing out all this corruption.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, that can't be right. Let me look into that.
Yeah, exactly.
he's clearly
Yeah.
he's clearly a very corrupt dude.
Yeah,
right?
so
But a very suave guy. I got to say, I kind of like the Shah of Iran.
I think Iranian people in general are suave. They're cool. Every Iranian I've known is a really
He was always
cool
in the
dude.
gossip columns because he'd be like playing tennis with the chicks from ABBA and stuff,
Nice.
like on holiday in the south of France. Like he was kind of a celeb.
Yeah. And now that the fact that I think his grandson, Reza Pahlavi or whatever.
Is it his grandson or his son that they want to take over?
I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
His
He's
son,
the one who's
grandson,
lobbying
whatever.
for it, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're going to hang on. You've never been to Iran.
Yeah.
And he's married a Jew.
Has he? Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
his wife's Jewish.
That can't go
He's
over very
been
well.
to Israel,
Yeah.
worn a yarmulke and has kissed the wall. So also, I think Iran again, Iran is one of the, along with Venezuela as well, one of the last countries without a Rothschild-controlled central bank.
Yeah. But they always they need to drum up a cause, hey?
Yeah.
And the expat community always works a treat.
Yeah.
It's like with the Ukraine war. They never interviewed anyone from one of the Russian-speaking parts of Ukraine, like on the news or whatever.
Really?
Like, well, because that half of the country supports Putin,
Yeah,
right?
true.
The country's roughly divided. So the
Yeah.
idea that all of Ukraine hates Putin is nonsense. Like 50% of them love Putin. So, but they never featured those guys on the news. It was
No, of
always,
course not, of
yeah,
course not,
always
yeah.
the Western-oriented Ukrainians who spoke Ukrainian.
I also find the timing of the Iranian thing awfully convenient. Epstein files or anything same time. It's like it's a manufactured distraction. Also, all the so-called protests, like some of the numbers that are coming out, it's like, 20,000 people were killed in a protest in Iran. No, they freaking weren't. Do you know how many people 20,000 is? This guy, sartorial shooter, like he pointed out, because sartorial shooter, you guys, if you're on Instagram, follow him. He's a Australian
They can't
bloke.
bomb a chicken shop in Sydney.
Yeah.
But they can take out 20,000 of their own when they
exactly.
want to. What's going on?
In fact, in Iran, a lot of the people who were killed or died were Iranian police officers.
Yeah.
And then you see videos. There's a great channel on Instagram as well called something Iran, showing where the guy goes around and asks randoms like just on the street, "Hey, the Shah's coming back. What do you think?" And they're like, "What the hell, no?" And the one guy said, "Donald Trump, stay the hell out of our country."
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure the regime is bad, has its bad points. I know people who have visited Iran on holiday. I had family in Pakistan. This is a long time ago. Went to Iran on holiday. They had a great time.
Yeah.
No problems at all.
Yeah.
They say in Iran, women are forced to cover it up. Hey, there's plenty of footage out there of cameras in shopping centers in Iran where women are not wearing a hijab.
Come on, that's true. It's true of Saudi Arabia too. Like,
Saudi
are we
Arabia,
going to
exactly.
suddenly start rolling those guys?
No, exactly. I just there's other reasons why they want to take out Iran, and it's not to do with the race. There's plenty.
I think it's partly to do because the Ayatollah believes he's going to meet God if he dies.
Yeah.
He's not too scared.
Yeah,
He basically is kind of you got to be to hold down that job, don't you? The supreme leader of Iran.
Yeah, he's just
like bunker busters are coming for you every day, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
But he's got nothing to lose, does he?
There's
Really?
plenty of other.
He's going to God,
terrible
and he
regimes.
believes God's going to greet him pretty warmly. So
Yeah.
he's ready to roll, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a tough thing about him.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, kill me. I don't care. Again, this is Israeli stuff because again, how long has Netanyahu been talking about Iran?
Iran, yeah.
How
yeah.
long? Iran is 3 months away from a functioning nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
He's been saying that for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Or 30 years. I
And
think.
didn't they just bomb the nuke sites the other day and
Allegedly,
destroy them? Yeah.
Allegedly. Again, I think that was a phone call between Trump and the Iranian Defense Ministry and just say, hey, look, we're going to bomb you. You're going to bomb one of our bases in the area. No one's going to die. It's going to be good. It's good optics.
We both win out of it.
We both win. It's all good.
Something for the papers.
Honestly, Trump would have been like, man, Israel's on my back. They want me to do this. I don't want to do it, but I have to because they're giving me the shits. Can you imagine like this a three-way phone call between Iran, the US, and there? So on one line, you got Iran talking to the US, talking to Trump, and he's like, "Oi, you gotta bomb Iran." Oh yeah. Oh, I got another call. Let me put you on hold. It's like, and then he calls Iran. Hey, look, man, I got to bomb you.
Look, you're gonna take a bit of shrapnel.
Yeah. I got
just down south.
Yeah.
Nothing serious.
I got to bomb you, but I got Israel on the other line and they give me the shits. 1 second, we go back to the line, swap the line. Old school. I think there's plenty of like skits like that on old movies in the days of three-way calls and things like that, where you accidentally switch to the wrong line and you say the same thing. We should make a skit like that. Actually, that'd be a funny skit. We need who would be? I'd be Iran.
Yep.
Who would we get to play?
I can play
Israel,
Trump. I can play Trump.
You can play Trump.
Yeah.
Thing is, no one wants to be Israel.
We'll find someone.
Yeah, we'll find someone. Yeah. Good skit. Speaking of skits, Raw Comedy Festival. You entered this year.
I did. Yeah.
How'd you go?
I didn't win. I didn't get through to the
That's fine.
next round.
Do you think you deserve to?
Um,
Or was your brand of comedy too?
I find like the kind of socially conscious comedy that goes well in Canberra is like about discrimination that you face as an Indian woman in the public service.
Was there an Indian woman?
I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
But whereas my stuff is a little bit more, it seems to be a little bit on the nose. I think. Yeah, for the Canberra crowds.
Yeah. I think the Canberra judges. I think the crowds probably love.
Yeah.
I think secretly everyone loves your kind of comedy.
Yeah,
Because
maybe. Let's hope so. Yeah, I think so too.
They have to pretend they don't like it because of the optics.
Yeah,
you know?
it doesn't look good.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't look good. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. It's getting late now, so I'm a bit slow because it's 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Yeah. It's
Straight from the club.
Yeah, exactly. I'm slowing down. That Red Bull hasn't done what I was hoping it would do, but it's good. I think we're going well. But I think your brand of comedy is I think the working man loves it.
The working punters do tend to love it.
They love it.
Yeah.
Everyone else loves it. The white collar workers love it, but they have to show, especially in Canberra, public servants. They're all so scared. It's like, for example, like I know public servants and IT contractors and things like that who are so scared of their security clearances being revoked.
Yeah.
They won't ever say anything in support of Palestine.
Yeah.
They just won't. I'm like,
Yeah.
mate, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Whenever I don't get any laughs, that's always the reason.
Yeah.
It's always that.
I personally, I've seen your skit. It's fucking hilarious. I loved it. And I think you got some good props from some of the other comedians, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was good to meet them. It was a good night out. Actually, I've got to hit the stage more this year. I was doing it a bit towards the end of last year.
Yeah, no, you got
I got to come up with some new material. Get out there with my Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
Hit him with the Epstein stuff.
How do you make a joke about that though?
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not done. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I did see a video the other day. It was a comedy skit about Epstein stuff, but it wasn't it was literally just taking stuff from there and just insulting Israel.
There's a guy from the US whose name is Jeff Epstein, who's a comedian. And his whole skit is about like when he's late for the plane, they're like Jeffrey Epstein, and how everyone just looks at him. And that's his whole shtick, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
that's got to be up there, I reckon. With the best
there,
Epstein comedic material.
What else has happened in the last? There's a few other things we want to talk about.
Anything else?
Is that it? Yeah, I'm sure there is that we'll remember after we hit stop record. But like whatever, man. I think we've been going for just over an hour. I think this is good.
Big year ahead.
Yeah, good year ahead. New Year's resolutions. Have you kept any? Happy Lent.
Happy Lent. Happy Ramadan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your you fasting, or what do Christians do during Lent? They give up something, don't they?
Well, I think I was just reading something on the morning of Lent about how you shouldn't just give up just some random thing, just getting rid of bread and then just tick a box. So I decided to try and give up mindless consumption.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, that's only my second Pepsi on
Okay.
the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to be like, not to give away any of my vices per se, but to continue them in a slightly more thoughtful way.
So whenever you have a cigarette, you're having a cigarette because you want to enjoy the cigarette. You're
Exactly.
Not just having
I'm
out
not
of
just going to smash
habit.
a pack. Yeah.
I suppose mindless scrolling on your phone is something.
That's a big one.
Be mindful.
Yeah.
I've been
what about you? You're just doing the straight food.
Yeah,
Straight up and down,
Ramadan is
pretty easy, eh? Yeah.
It's not easy. It's
No,
pretty
it's
tough.
hard, but yeah.
But this year during Ramadan, I do want to learn a bit more about my religion. I know a bit, but I want to learn more of the academic side of things.
Yeah.
So I decided, I bought a book that I want to read.
Yeah.
About it. It's called 30 Juz in 30 Days. So a juz is a chapter, I suppose. So it's basically, you read one chapter of the Quran, but it's an analysis and explanation book. Because obviously I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah.
And those people who do speak Arabic often can't understand the Quran because it's written in classical Arabic, which is not like modern Arabic. It's hard. You might understand the words, but you don't understand the meaning.
Yeah.
It's like if you study English, you can speak English, but if you read, poetry from the 1400s in English, you're not necessarily going to understand it, right?
Yeah.
Quran is a bit like that. So reading, I just want to learn a bit more about that. But personally, on a personal level, though, I've just been trying to this whole year be more mindful in my consumption of everything in terms of like social media and the phone and stuff. That's why perhaps I'm not as up to date on things as I
Get a
was
flip
before.
phone. It'll help you.
Look, I can't get a flip phone because I need my actual phone for work. Because I do respond to emails and I have to post on social media several times a day for business promotional purposes. Plus, not to mention, our podcast as well.
Yeah.
We have to run that. But I've just tried to be there. But also I've started journaling actually. Yeah, it's been really powerful. I've been writing.
Lord.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. But I don't know. It's not even freaking, I just write what I did that day.
No, I journal too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say Gaylord.
Gaylord, Gaylord.
I journal too, but not nearly as often as I should.
My thing is I've been doing it every day, right? And if I skip a day, I have to go back and write what I did that day.
Yeah.
So I enjoy I enjoy being able to see 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th Jan, on the date.
Yeah.
So it's all consistent. So starting 1st of Jan, I've written an entry every day. And it's been good. You write some gratitude in there, which sounds gay.
Bit of gratitude. No, that's not gay.
Yeah,
at all. That's
but it's
good.
like, what am I grateful for?
That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building a bit of gratitude into your
100%,
day. Yeah.
And sometimes, some days of gratitude is arbitrary. Like, all right, I'm grateful for Red Bull because sometimes you need something like this. But other times it's more thing like, family or things like that. It's more profound.
I do an ice bath in the morning and I say a prayer of gratitude in the ice bath.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
That's awesome. But then end of the day, I write down what happened that day if anything came up. I've been trying to simplify my life a lot in my possessions.
How you
things
going?
that I own really well. I've sold a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I realized I tied my identity into the things that I own. I thought owning these things, whether it's cars or a mad stereo or whatever, I thought those things make me cool.
Yeah.
Then I realized, no, I make the thing cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm Saad and I'm a fucking cool dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I realized. So I'm like, I don't need 8 different cameras.
Yeah.
I love having different cameras.
Yeah.
But what I really use, I use 1 or 2. So got rid of them. And again, journaling and writing it down and writing my thoughts down and working through them is what allowed me to reach this conclusion. That and a bit of ChatGPT as well. But ChatGPT is actually quite a powerful self-reflecting tool if you use it correctly. That with pen and paper. I think the pen and paper is very important because you can only write so fast. Forcing yourself to write slowly does something with your thinking.
I agree with that. Yeah. I like smashing out a journal in cursive writing.
Yeah, I need to do cursive.
Yeah.
My new obsession.
I find it takes it out of me though. It's like 30 minutes of very intense, emotional labor, self-criticism. I find it very draining.
Look, I don't necessarily do
I couldn't do it every
criticism all the
day.
time.
I couldn't do it every day.
Every day I will write what happened that day.
Yeah.
And look, I kind of like, because I kind of think, man, imagine I'd been doing this when I was like 15 and now 20 years later I can go back and read, on this day I did this.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, all right, start now. And then I'm like 60, I can read this. So it's cool because if my kids do something interesting or crazy, I will write it down. It's cool. It's cool to remember, it's then you'll remember it. But and I've been doing that. I've stuck to that, and I deleted Amazon and AliExpress apps from my phone.
Yeah. Tell you what I wouldn't mind.
Mind the spending.
To have as an archive of my life, a hologram of me just after I finish brushing my teeth for that night, just doing a 30-second. Okay, so today was about this, and this, and you could do it that way. Have a hologram.
You can make a video.
Yeah.
Just do a video.
Yeah, do a hologram. No, but for future generations, because they're not going to read your
no
cursive writing, are they?
What do you mean by hologram? Do you mean like literally like a hologram?
Yeah,
like a Star Wars kind of thing?
exactly. But so you could speak to,
Yeah, like but does such a thing? Technology doesn't exist though.
You can do holograms now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
people will be doing holograms, brother. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Remember they had Tupac perform.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you can
rest
record
in
on yourself.
peace.
Yeah. Rest in
peace, Tupac.
Wonder who
R.I.P.
killed
to a
him.
real one.
I wonder who killed Tupac.
Yeah. Good question.
Oh, speaking of killing Tupac. Have you seen the theory that Epstein's actually alive? Because there are people coming out now from the files and stuff saying that they swear that they switched the bodies at the hospital.
There was a guy who did a 4chan post right after the whole thing happened, and he was writing as someone within the jail, and he says, I think they switched him out.
Yes, I saw that. That's the one.
And apparently the FBI investigated that tip and found out the bloke was, I'm not sure if this is 100%, but I'm pretty sure it's true, found out at least that the bloke who made the post wasn't a prison employee.
Yeah.
So, or it came from an IP that was, there was some reason for it to go further.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder, doesn't it? Because that story was basically a military type van pulled up.
That's
with
crazy.
some dude in an orange jumpsuit.
We'll leave it there. Anything else? Today was a good one. Deep dive. Any mistakes we've made? Comment below. Atif and other friends, if you're watching, please correct my Quranic sources and references. James, anyone? What about your biblical stories? Do they need correcting?
No, don't fact check that.
No, fact check that.
I kept it nice and vague.
Yeah, exactly. All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Have a good one.
You too.